I'm Marin, and this is Post-its and Pens. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Marin, and here you will find a little beauty, a little books, and a little teaching content. So if that sounds like something you might enjoy, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around and join me in my little corner of YouTube. Today's video is going to be my August edition of Shop My Stash and also my August Eyeshadow Roulette picks. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright, to start off, I'm going to go ahead and just very quickly recap July's Eyeshadow Roulette, and then we'll get into the picks for August. But I did manage to use all 5 of my July shades 5 times each, so that was a success. I was not sure how I would do with that because I did not wear makeup as often in July because I was not doing much of anything or going anywhere. So I'm pleased that I was able to work it out and get it all sorted and done for another month. So we're gonna go ahead, dive right on into the picks for August. The first pick that came up was number 168. And 168 comes from my Urban Decay Naked Cherry palette, and it is the shade Bang Bang, which is this shade right here. It's like a coral shade, kind of shimmery. I am wearing it all over my lids today. If you can see, a very light kind of wash of color. I really enjoy it. It's very pretty. So let me go ahead and swatch it for you. So there it is right there. So just a very light, kind of neutral color that I'm sure I can get a lot of use out of. So that is a very good start for August. Shade number 2 is also an Urban Decay shade. It is number 154, but it is a little single. So I have this little single of Sin, which they've done like a whole palette around this shade now, which is kind of funny. But this used to be like my go-to shade. I would wear it all over the lid. Like one shadow, like one eyeshadow look and just be done. So it is this shade right here. It is really pretty. I really like it. And I'm excited to be able to get some use out of this. I kind of forget about the little singles that are like hanging around, but this is like an OG fave for me. So I am very excited to get some use out of it this month. All right, the next shade that came up was number 133. It comes from my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. I did have this palette in my Eyeshadow Roulette last month. I had the shade Champagne Truffle right here. But the shade that I've got going this month is Triple Fudge. It is this very dark brown right here. So I'm probably only going to use that like on the lower lash line or like as a liner because it's super dark. So it is this shade right here, and I don't do much like deepening of the corner and stuff like that. That's not really my style, my everyday style. So definitely gonna probably do this as a liner because I think that's my best option. I do have it on my lower lash line today, just kind of lightly, and then I kind of like buffed it out a little bit. So that's probably how we're gonna wear that one. The next shade that came up is number 46. It comes from my Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette, and it is the shade Precious. It is this very muted brown taupe color right here. So definitely something that's going to be very usable for me. Like I can put it all over the lid and blend it out and be good to go. So I'm kind of excited. There's some kind of crazy shades in that palette, but this one's just a nice nude basically. So definitely can get some use out of that one as well. And last but not least, the last shade for August is number 102. It comes from my Natasha Denona Retro palette, and it is the shade Nude Mauve. So it is another brown neutral shade. So I'm loving that. I can do like some very simple eye looks and manage to use all of these shades without any trouble. So here, that one is swatched for you. So we've got 3 different shades of brown, which is kind of funny. We have like this champagne-y color and then just a little coral. So very simple color palette. I am very excited because sometimes with the more bright or dark shades, I have a little bit more trouble using them in my everyday look. So this is going to be a very nice little palette for August. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and get into my makeup basket portion. So I've got my makeup basket right here. This is what I keep my products in. I do have a couple of new base products that I wanna go ahead and talk about quickly before we get into picking my color products for the month. So I did use up the last of that Urban Decay All-Nighter Translucent Setting Powder. So I went ahead and I picked up the Velvet Finishing Powder from Nakia Joy Cosmetics. She has oily skin, so I was hoping that this would be a good powder for that. I do have it on today, and we were out in like 100+ degree weather to go shopping, and I feel like my makeup is still looking pretty good. I've been pretty happy overall with the way that this works, particularly on top of foundation. So I'm thinking this might be a winner, but if you are not familiar, this is what her packaging looks like. It's just your typical loose powder. It's got the holes there, so I just dump a little bit out in the lid and press it on with a powder puff. So that is the new setting powder. I also am thinking that my current mascara, which is the Bite, what is this called? Upswing. The Bite Upswing mascara, I think it's getting a little dry. If you look at the wand, like not much is coming off on the wand, so I feel like we might be getting to the end of this, which if that's the case, I have not been using this full size very long, so not super pumped about that. But if it does turn out that I'm running out of this, I have this Glossier Lash Slick mascara, which I actually put on my lower lash line to test it out today to see if it transfers, because that's typically what happens with mascara. It's one of the reasons why I liked the Bite one, because it did not transfer. So I've got this on my lower lash lines to try it out, but this is the next mascara in my collection that I will be using if the Bite one dries up or runs out or whatever. All right, now I'm gonna tip you down and take you through my little blush drawer, because we're gonna pick out a couple of blushes to add to my makeup basket for this month. I am not going to add too terribly much more to my makeup basket, because everything that I had last month I'm kind of gonna roll into this one for the most part, with the exception of the blush. So let me tip you down and I'll talk to you about which ones I'm gonna pick for this month. Okay, so this is my current blush drawer. Now, not in here is obviously the big Benefit palette that I have. The shade Dandelion is in my Project Pan, so I will be continuing to work on that. But I've set myself a goal to use that blush 5 times in the month, like in the next few months each time. So that is like 1 week's worth, basically, of makeup. So I also have the Tarte lipstick that I'm using as a cream blush. Again, the goal is 5 times. So that's 2 weeks, and I've got like 3 more weeks. So I'm gonna pick a couple of things out of here to add to that, just to kind of play around with some different stuff. And I'm going to try to focus on some blushes that I have not used in a while. So the first one that I think I'm gonna pull out is this one from Glossier. This is the Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Puff. I really like this. It's very, very pretty. And as you can see, we're getting down to like not having much product left in here. So I would love to be able to use this up by the end of the year, but we will kind of play that by ear. But I've had this for several years, and I feel like we just need to go ahead and give it some love. So this is one that I'm definitely going to roll into August's makeup basket. And then if we look at the rest of these shades, I'm gonna kind of just like open some of them up. So this is the Ilia multi-stick in the shade At Last. I'll go ahead and swatch it. Let's see. We'll put it right here. So this is the shade of this. So it's like a very nice, like rosy, mauvey pink. So there's that one. I used this one, I think in June. This is a peach color, but since I've used it kind of recently, I'm thinking not to use this one. This one was in my makeup basket for last month. This is the Milani blush in Luminoso, which I really, really like. That's also a peach. And then this is my other peach blush. I had this one in my makeup basket several months ago at this point, but you can see it's just a light peachy color. It does have some shimmer, you can kind of see. So I really like that one. So this is a possibility as well. And then I have this one here from ColourPop. This was part of their Disney designer collection. It's Enchanted Mirror. This was given to me by a friend. This one though is very similar to Dandelion. So I kind of feel like if I'm gonna use this, I might as well just use Dandelion. So I think until I finish Dandelion off, this one's kind of just gonna languish a bit in my collection. And then this one is another pink blush. You can see I do have some pan in there, which is very exciting, but it's another kind of pink blush right here. So like these are very similar colors, and this one actually is kind of hard to pick up on a brush, so I don't love this one. I'll obviously use it up, but I do not love it. So I'm thinking, looking at these swatches, I think what I'm gonna do, since I already have the lipstick and this one from Glossier, I'm gonna go ahead and go with the peach one, Papa Don't Peach by Too Faced, and give that one some love as well. So I think these will be the two blushes that I add in, and then obviously I will have Dandelion and the Tarte lipstick in Salt Life as well. So I think that will be a good addition, if you will. I also am keeping the Too Faced Sun Bunny bronzer in for another month because again, I've barely touched it. So that can give me like another option as well, because this can look pretty natural, particularly if I stay in this light color right here. So I think that's what we'll do. The other two things that I'm going to add in, I finished the lip pencil that I had in my Project Pan. Actually, it wouldn't sharpen anymore. So I've got this one. This is the Pillow Talk pencil from Charlotte Tilbury. I wore it today. It looks very, very pretty. I like the shade a lot better than the one that I had from Urban Decay. So I'm going to put that in, and I'm also going to put in this Bite lip gloss. This is in Guava Puff. This is the Yeasayer Plumping lip gloss in Guava Puff. And it's just a very simple pink shade as well. Like you can see, it's just very light pink and easy. I really like the applicator on this, the way it like pumps up so that I can see where the product is. And I'm excited to give this some use because I bought it back a couple months ago when Bite first announced they were going out of business. And I want to make sure I'm going to give that some love. I'm also thinking a lot about possibly just decluttering the lip gloss that's in my Project Pan because I dislike it so much. And I'm kind of to the point where I'm thinking like, why am I continuing to punish myself with a product that I truly don't like using? It's not making me use it. Like I look at it and just ignore it. So that's why I'm gonna put this lip gloss in just to change it up a little bit. And I'm gonna see how this next month goes, but it's quite possible that I'm just gonna get rid of the Laneige lip gloss that I have because I just don't like it, y'all. And whether I use it all the way up or not, I spent the money on it regardless. So I'm kind of at the point where I'm trying to decide, is it truly worth it to like push yourself to finish a product that you really, really don't like? And I'm thinking the answer is no. So anyway, we're gonna do this gloss. I am excited about this one. I had it on today. It looks so pretty, especially when I like paired these together. So this is gonna be like my lip combo for the month of August. And when I do my makeup basket in September, I will let you know my final decision about that Laneige lip gloss. But I'm thinking it's time to start using some of the other lip products that I have in my collection rather than continuing to let them kind of languish as I like struggle to get through this product that I truly don't like. So yeah, that's where we are with that. But anyway, let me put everything into my makeup basket and then I will show you the final group of items. Okay, so here's where we are. These are all of my makeup items for the month of August. I'm excited. There's some pinks, some peach. I have that very neutral eye palette to play around with, so I'm just very excited. I also have been kind of making a point to rotate through some of my base products, and I've really been enjoying using the foundation that I have from Tarte. It's their serum foundation. I really like that one. That's what I have on today. I put just a little bit more on my cheeks and then like very light everywhere else, and it just evened out my complexion and I feel like made my skin look really nice. I have some breakouts, so that was doubly nice to be able to like see that that foundation, even though it's very lightweight, did a pretty good job of covering. I've also really been enjoying my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer. So those two are the ones that I use the most in July, and I feel like that will kind of continue into August because it's so hot here that I need something that's gonna like wear a little bit more naturally and not look terrible by the end of the day because I don't want to look a hot mess while I'm putting children into cars during car rider dismissal. So, you know, you gotta have a makeup that's gonna like wear off without making you look a hot mess, basically, even though you feel like a hot mess. You know, it's over 100 outside. But anyway, so that's it. That's my eyeshadow roulette and my makeup basket for the month of August. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you would like to see more from me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.